This movie trilogy is a huge deal for China. Are you looking for a non-Western movie about mythology with a big budget, stunning visuals, gods and magic and monsters? Oh my! Well, your buddy Truett's got you covered. So I watched Creation of the Gods Part 1, Kingdom of Storms. This is an epic mythological movie that's actually the first part of a trilogy. It's called the Creation of the Gods Trilogy, or the Fengshun Trilogy. Just to give you an idea of how big this project was, all three movies were filmed back-to-back over the course of an 18-month production schedule. The first part was released in 2023, the second part was released in 2025, and the third and final film in the trilogy will be released in 2027. So this was a huge film project. And I think that part of the reason they were so confident is that the trilogy is actually based on a very famous novel. The novel is called Investiture of the Gods, and it was published in the 16th century. The events of the story supposedly happened around 3,000 years ago. The book blends history and mythology to tell the story of the decline of the Shang dynasty and the rise of the Zhao dynasty. However, the Zhao dynasty is tyrannical and cruel, and that inspires a lot of rebellion, and the trilogy is based upon this story. So I sat and watched the first part, Kingdom of Storms. It was about 2 hours long, and it was very visually stunning. And I gotta say, for me, the costumes and the sets were incredible. All of the costumes were very detailed, very high quality, and really contributed to this larger-than-life mythical atmosphere. And the sets were amazing too. Just like the costumes, they were huge, ornate, larger than life, and really built this atmosphere that we're stepping into a mythology. So the movie starts with a center kingdom surrounded by 4 other kingdoms. However, the center kingdom rules everything with an iron fist. One of the ways that the center kingdom keeps the other kingdoms under control, it requires the dukes of each of these kingdoms to send a son as a hostage to the center kingdom. And if one of the 4 kingdoms rebels against the center kingdom, then that duke's son is killed. And the opening scene of the movie is that the Northern Duke has actually rebelled against the Center Kingdom, and the Center Kingdom has sent a big army to confront them. What's interesting about Chinese movies is that they have very strong values of duty and honor. Multiple characters in the movie will just off themselves for reasons related to duty or honor. In the opening scene, the son of the Duke of the North approaches his father's fortress and begs him to surrender. The son actually deletes himself out of respect for this agreement. So what's cool about this movie is that you do have gods, you have monsters, you have magic, you have tyrants, you have a rebellion. You've got all the mythological stuff in there. It's all done with very high quality costumes, props, sets, and of course really cool fight choreography. I don't want to ruin too much of the story because there are some twists and turns and unexpected things, but a lot of the conflict revolves around the dukes not liking the Center Kingdom and its tyranny, but their sons are actually hostages in the Center Kingdom. And so the sons in the Center Kingdom feel a torn loyalty between the Center Kingdom, where they basically grew up, and their biological fathers in the outside kingdoms. IMDb rates Creation of the Gods Kingdom of Storms as 6.6 out of 10, and I think that's pretty fair. There are really cool visuals, the story is pretty interesting. I did have to watch it in subtitles because there are no English dubs, but it is still a really interesting story about gods and magic and monsters and tyrants and rebels, and whether one's loyalty to your king is stronger than your loyalty to your father. So if you're looking for a movie that can immerse you in the mythology of a different culture, this is a great option. That's all I have for you today. Hit the button, hit the bell. Catch you later.